Hey guys, Dylan here from Iceberg TV. Today we have an astronomical release with the stock run and the special edition run of the Simonline balance. After much deliberation, they've redesigned the mold. This is what they've come up with after Simon's feedback. So we've got the stock run. We have the very cool looking Luka Doncic Lakers special edition run. And then we'll be comparing it to the Gyropalooza run, which it was very stable. It's even more stable than Simon wanted it to be. And if it's too stable for Simon, I can guarantee you it's too stable for you and me. Let's throw the prototype, then we'll throw the stock run, and then we'll throw the special edition run. Get a slight head left to right now. I mean, that thing is beefy as ever. Absolute brick. And this is the stock run. The red rims with MVP and Axiom, well, I guess just Axiom. The red rim, for some reason, I just feel like looks the cleanest. I love the red rims. So I'm happy I got a nice one with a red rim. Definitely still stable. Beefaroni. And then, honestly, I'm hoping the Luka Doncic is a little bit straighter, but just try and throw it on a similar angle and see what happens. They are stable still. Very stable. So we're gonna grab them. I'm gonna show you guys the side profile to the stock run, the special edition to the prototype run, and then we'll throw them a few more times. And I know there's a lot of you proxy enjoyers out there. The next video that comes out on this channel will be a showcase of the new Total Eclipse run of Proxy compared to some of the most popular plastics that the Proxy already exists in. So hit the notification bell, hit the like button, and let me know you guys are excited to see that one as well. I've only seen a small handful of players who still bag their prototype Simonline balance, the one from the Gyropalooza box. And his name is Evan. I played around at Eastway with him. He's been throwing it since the boxes first came out. And I will say his definitely has a bit more hyzer flip, a little bit of pop up to it, kind of like a touch more stable reactor flight, which was very cool, but he has been throwing the crap out of that thing since they first came out. So if you're willing to put in the work, you can get the prototypes to get a little straighter, but man, they were just so beefy, no glide right out of the box. I wasn't willing to put the time in to get that thing to straighten out. I was just throwing like buzzes, meteors, that type of stuff. Let's grab them and throw them a few more times. Super quick gander of the side profiles. On the left, we have the prototype. On the right, we have the stock run. The stock run, a bit more blocky on the edge there, not quite as fast looking, in my opinion, a little touch taller. And then this bottom angle here is a little bit straighter. So honestly, overall, to me, it seems like a slightly slower disc, which I'm not sure if that's what Simon was going for. I'm assuming that's what he was, but the vibe is that this feels a bit slower than the prototype. And then we have the special edition. Again, very similar to the stock run. But man, I mean, why not get one of these? They look absolutely insane. All right. Prototype, stock run, Luka Doncic special edition. Let's put them on a little bit of flex here and see. This is honestly how I would throw this disc if it were in my bag. I mean, for me, it's kind of just like a 5-speed time lapse. Most 5 speeds I can get to fly pretty well, but these are beefcakes. There we go. Definitely hanging on to the flat kind of flex shot a lot longer than the Gyropalooza edition. I do think these are a hair straighter. If you don't throw hard though, they're gonna fly exactly the same. I'm gonna really juice up on the special edition here. Ugh. I mean, it's definitely a zero turn. The number's at 5502. I'd say for me, it's like a 5503. Pretty darn overstable. Honestly, just feels like a 5-speed time lapse for me. Just super beefy. All right, let's give all these one last throw. I'm gonna try and do my best to put more flex on these than I did on the other throws. So we're gonna go for a much more aggressive, like Anheuser style line. So let's see how that works out. But if you're not throwing like 68, 70, you're not getting this thing to go very straight. But also it's a 5502. It's not really supposed to go that straight. It's supposed to kind of not turn, zero turn, and swing. And you can't fault the disc for doing exactly what the flight numbers say it's supposed to do. All right, stock run balance. Let's try and find some airspace on some Anheuser here. Not a ton of Anheuser. That much angle on a Buzz or a Buzz SS, it's getting from left to right for a while, but not these. These basically are like a more stable, lower profile Buzz OS. That's how I feel about the Simonline balance, even in this. The prototype run and the production run don't fly superly different. Let's give one more Anheuser flex out there. I slipped a little. I put on so much Anheuser like right into the trees, and it was, by the time it hit the tree, it was already nose up and wanting to fight out of it. Super stable. Not where I live. If I lived in Florida still, that's something that's going in the bag. I'm fighting the wind. I'm throwing flexes, flex forehands, all kinds of different like open course windy lines, like at the Champions Cup. That would have been a great disc for a lot of the pros to throw at the Champions Cup. Super reliable, super stable. You know exactly what it's going to do. It's going to go left. So it's not a bad disc, but in my area where you need to have an emphasis on throwing straight, not exactly the best disc for the type of courses that I play in my area. With that being said, it flies exactly like the flight numbers. Again, you can't fault a company for making a disc with those flight numbers. It's just not a mold that goes in my bag very often. I don't need something that slow with that much dump. But if you want to get one for yourself, discgolfdealsusa.com/icebergtv. Stay humble, live with gratitude. I look forward to seeing you in the next video, and take care.